See you out there.
See ya. Damn it.
Good God. Hey, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Jono, and we're by Gearheads, and today we're going to talk about helmet sizing, helmet materials, and when to replace your helmet. First things first, sizing.
Yes, the most important.
How do you know when the helmet is the right size?
Usually, it's pretty obvious if a helmet is too tight or, on the other side, too loose, but best case scenario, I would say try on as many different options as you can. And if you have any questions, definitely reach out to a gearhead because they know a lot about sizing.
So like you said, helmets fit differently through the different brands. So the best thing to do would be to order a few different options, work with one of our gearheads. Might say place an order for like 3 different brands and see which works best for you. And then you can work with the gearhead to get the other 2 returned and stick with the one that works best.
Just from personal experience, I ordered a POC and also the cask, same size. They fit totally different and ended up going with the cask. So it's definitely worth trying multiple brands. And at the end of the day, it's just most important that it's snug, but also comfortable.
For sure. Yeah, if it's uncomfortable, you're not going to want to wear it.
Nope.
And if it's too snug, it's just going to be giving you a headache and a migraine. So
yeah,
don't want that.
Can speak from experience. It is not fun.
While head shape is important, it's not the end-all be-all. A lot of these helmets, they do have fully adjustable mechanisms. So some helmets may be better for people with rounder heads, some people more oval type heads, but really it depends on how the fit system cinches down in your head, and that can change by brand. So like we said, try different helmets, see what works best. Some work for some people, some don't work for others. So
yeah,
got to try them all.
Bonus feature, if you do have long hair and a ponytail, a lot of helmets do come with ponytail fit, as I call it. So it's definitely worth checking out all the different brands and seeing what works best for you.
All right, so jumping into materials.
Yes, the important part.
Absolutely. So most cycling helmets are going to be made of expanded polystyrene, EPS for short. All these helmets you see here, they don't have that material in there, but that's going to really take the force of the impact and protect your brain.
You have some experience with crashing pretty hard.
I do. So I actually brought that helmet that I crashed in. This was on a cross-country mountain bike, and as you can see here, it took the brunt of it. So it's cracked through the foam on the whole side there where my head hit. Was not concussed or anything, so it did its job, and really shows what the EPS foam is designed to do. Really take the force of that impact and transfer it throughout the helmet, and really avoids any damage to your brain, which is what we're all after.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Wear your helmet.
Yeah, absolutely. So some helmets have multiple layers of EPS. So for example, this Giro Aries actually has 2 shells basically. This one slides on top of it, but the outer foam is a little bit harder and the inner one is softer. And with this helmet specifically, it has spherical MIPS. So as you can see here, it'll rotate around there. I guess we should dive into MIPS, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
MIPS stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection System. Rotational motion is a huge cause of concussions, so MIPS really helps to mitigate that and take that away.
So all these different brands, they're going to have different versions of that. Some helmet manufacturers do not even use MIPS. So my rule of thumb is to get a helmet with MIPS. That's just me. It's worked for me, so I'm always going to get a helmet with MIPS if it's offered. Not everyone believes in the system, but I do, so I'm going to be buying a MIPS helmet from now on.
If you don't know how to tell if your helmet has MIPS when you're trying it on, there is a yellow sticker that you can see right here that says MIPS. So keep an eye out for that.
Every helmet, again, will have a little bit of a different system. So I think Giro has one of the more advanced ones, the spherical. As we showed you, it really allows the whole outer shell to rotate on that inner one, and that works really well. And if you want to see more on this helmet, we actually visited Giro, the dome, where they do their testing, and we dive all into this helmet. So be sure to check that out over here or in the description below. Helmets do degrade over time. So good rule of thumb is 3 to 5 years, but that can be even less if you ride a ton. If you're out in the sun, if you sweat a lot, that's all going to degrade the foam. So it's really up to you to decide when to get it, but I'd say at least every 3 years is my personal recommendation. You're going to hear anywhere from 3 to 5 from all the brands. So what about you? How often do you replace your helmet?
Yeah, I ride a lot, so I'm on like the 2 to 3 years. But if I do take a spill or crash, which unfortunately has happened, I always make sure to get a new helmet. Even if you can't see any extreme external damage, there is a possibility of there being a hairline fracture in the helmet. It's just not worth it. So I always get a new one after any sort of impact.
For sure. Not every impact is going to be as noticeable as that huge crack. So that's a great point, is to anytime you go down, your helmet does touch the ground, it would be a good option or a good time to get a new helmet.
Silver linings to crashing. You get a new helmet.
Yeah. How about that?
If you are out for a long ride and you sweat a ton, just make sure you wash your helmet. It's important. You don't want that gunk building up in there. And also, when you're traveling or going anywhere that you're not going to be wearing your helmet, make sure it's in a safe, protected area, just because all those impacts and hits can, it's just another impact to your helmet. So got to make sure you keep it safe.
For sure. I usually pack my cycling kit in there, or like one of my kits, just to fill the void.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So that's our quick overview on cycling helmets. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our Gearheads. They're super knowledgeable on all different types of brands.
Yeah, and if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments how old your helmet is. All right, keep the rubber side down.
See you out there.